2021 Fantasy Football Top Sleepers at every position. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to SporTastic 2021 Fantasy Football Top Sleepers at every position. 1. Ryan Fitzpatrick, quarterback, Washington Football Team. Ryan Fitzpatrick has been many things for many teams. The Washington Football Team is the 9th for which the 16 years NFL veteran will start. He has long been an inspiration to any of us who aspire to grow a beard that Santa himself would envy. Now, Fitzpatrick has the potential to not only make the playoffs for the first time in his career, but also to be one of the fantasy football's biggest steals under center. Yes, Fitzpatrick has yet to be officially anointed the starter in Washington in 2021, but unless his right arm falls off at some point during the preseasons, he's going to be orchestrating the first team offense when the WFT hosts the Los Angeles Chargers in Week 1. Assuming that case, Fitzpatrick will guide an offense that isn't hurting for weapons. There is Terry McLaurin and newcomer Curtis Samuel at wide receiver, Logan Thomas at tight end, Antonio Gibson at running back, and an offense line that finished the 2020 seasons ranked 6th in the league per Pro Football Focus. Also, while it has gone largely unnoticed by most fantasy managers when Fitzpatrick has been out there in recent seasons, he has most assuredly been fantasy relevant. Per Ian Hartitz of PFF, Fitzpatrick has peeled off stretches of QB1 play in each of the past 3 years in Tampa and Miami. According to Mike Taglier of Fantasy Pros, Fitzpatrick has posted QB1 numbers in 18 of his last 37 games, nearly 50%. Last year, there were 10 quarterbacks who cracked the top in 12 in at least half their starts. Fitzpatrick is an excellent late-round target for teams that fade the quarterback's positions early. 2. Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback, Miami Dolphins. There was a time not so long ago when Tagovailoa was the highest regarded quarterback prospect in his class. He was a can't-miss superstar in the making. NFL teams were going to tank for Lua. Then came the dislocated him that ended his collegiate career, and a pedestrian rookie season in which Tagovailoa averaged just 181.4 passing yards per game and threw only 11 touchdown passes in 9 starts. If Tagovailoa were to fly any further under the radar, he'd be off it completely. He's barely being drafted inside QB2 territory in 12-team fantasy leagues. However, there are few reasons to think Tagovailoa is undervalued. The last year's struggle were more than a temporary setback than a true indicator of what Tagovailoa can do. The first is simple. Last year, Tagovailoa was coming off a major injury and got zero training camp or preseason reps as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Instead of being surprised that Tagovailoa had a rocky first season, maybe we should have been surprised that he didn't struggle more. Now, Tagovailoa has a year of experience under his belt. He is another year removed from the injury, and Barry Jackson reported to the Miami Herald. Tagovailoa said he is very comfortable in Miami offense. Being able to be with the guys throughout the offseasons has helped me tremendously, Tagovailoa said. Tagovailoa's scrambling ability should be improved in 2021. After Miami added William Fuller Fifth and Jalen Waddle, his passing game's weapons certainly are. There's considerable fantasy upsides to be had here on the cheap. 3. Philip Lindsay, running back, Houston Texans. Just 2 years ago, Philip Lindsay looked like a future of the backfield of the Denver Broncos. The underdrafted free agent of the Colorado topped 1,000 rushing yards in each of his first 2 seasons. But then the Broncos signed Melvin Gordon III, and Lindsay spent much of the 2020 seasons banged up. By the time the 2021 offseasons rolled around, Denver elected to rescind its tender on Lindsay, who eventually signed with the Houston Texans. According to Matt Young of the Houston Chronicle, Lindsay said the way things played out in Denver left him champing at the bit to show the Broncos made a mistake. Oh, I have a period. I don't care who else in the NFL or anything like that. You've still got to deal with me. 4. Damian Williams, running back, Chicago Bears. Judging from ADP data, it isn't too hard to figure out how fantasy drafters have been approaching the Chicago Bears backfield. David Montgomery is the no doubt number 1 back. There appears to be significant skepticism that Montgomery can repeat last year's career seasons and RB6 finish in PPR leagues, but the third-year pro is still being drafted as a higher-end second starter in the 3rd round of drafts. Then there's pass-catching back Tariq Cohen, who made it just 3 games into the 2020 campaign before tearing his ACL. Despite reports that Cohen could still be weeks away from returning to practice in full, he is still being drafted nearly 2 rounds ahead of free agents acquisitions Damian Williams, who joined the Bears after opting out of the 2020 seasons while with the Kansas City Chiefs. That could be about to change. As Patrick Finley reported to the Chicago Sun-Times, Williams has stood out on the practice field with the Bears the last time Damian Williams played in a game. Finley said he should have been named Super Bowl MVP. After a year off, he doesn't seem to have lost a step. With Cohen out, William has seized his opportunity to be a mismatch nightmare in the past game. Per Larry Mayer, the team official website, William has impressed Chicago head coach Matt Nagy. He's very well-rounded, Nagy said. It's just a really good fit for our running back room. I was not with Damien in Kansas City, but the coaches that were there spoke really well of him and said really good things. And so Damien come in here like a true pro and just digested everything that we are doing. He is a great complement to what we're trying to do. In that Super Bowl win, Williams piled up 133 total yards and scores on 21 touches. The 29-year-old has shown he can produce, and if this continues, at the very least, Williams could usurp Cohen as the Bears' change of pace back. This brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you will love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.